Kim is my wife. I met her. She was very disillusioned with religion in general.
You said you were a militant.
And I was a militant atheist. And that's really kind of what kind of drew us together. That was one thing I felt like we had in common, was we thought religion was dumb. So it turns out that she didn't really think religion was dumb. The church she was in was dumb. And so we were married, and we had very different views on God. I basically didn't believe he existed, and she did. And so for a long time, we just kind of coexisted. When we had kids, I agreed to start going to church because I wanted to stay married, essentially. And so I kind of came to the conclusion that a lot of the stuff in the Bible I thought was very wise, but I didn't necessarily believe that God existed. I just kind of thought of it as accumulated wisdom. And so, skipping over, I went through some hard times, but eventually I kind of reached a crisis point in my life and kind of realized that I knew that I couldn't get by on my own and I needed God. And I just, whatever disbelief that I had, I realized that I really believed in God in my heart and not trying to plaster it over with arguments. And so I just decided to embrace that. And so I went through kind of a long process of kind of just saying, okay, well, now I believe in God, but I never really sought him. And certainly I didn't read the Bible and know what he said. And then when I met some people that actually started talking to me about that, and started studying the Bible, that's when I realized that there was a lot of things about being a Christian that I wasn't doing. And I decided to do them. And I got baptized, repented, and I'm seeking God, trying to be sanctified.
You believed, repented, and was baptized in the name of Jesus?
Indeed.
So how? So you're saying you weren't really an atheist, and you were just mad at God or something, or what was it?
I think that I didn't feel any need for God, and I didn't feel like God was required to explain the world. But when I got to the point where I really felt a need, that's when I just kind of looked inward instead of just outward to all the arguments that I'd picked up over the years. And that introspectiveness kind of revealed to me that I believed that he existed. And then so I kind of had a faith that kind of I discovered within myself.
Yeah. So were you different after? How did you feel different after you became a Christian?
I don't know that I necessarily felt different, because it was a process of kind of changing. The moment that I believed God existed that's not when I became a Christian, but that's what kind of led me in that direction.
So, what do you mean? Because some people say that, if they believe, believe in Jesus, become a Christian.
I didn't necessarily believe in Jesus as the risen Son of God at that time. I just realized that there must be a creator, and that I needed to believe in God, and that I did believe in God. So it wasn't until I started really studying the Bible that I kind of embraced Jesus as Lord. And that took a long time. I studied it for a long time because I get a lot of head knowledge, and it takes a while for it to seep into my soul, let's say.
So do you have any tips on somebody out there who's trying to become a Christian, or at least is maybe thinking about it but not really believing, or any tips in general for people out there who may be watching?
I would say just for me, it was mostly about thinking about what I felt, which I was very adept at not caring about. And then also it was instrumental to find other people who I could talk to, people who had kind of been where I was in the past, people who understood what the Bible said and wouldn't just tell me things that they thought, but also to show me, this is what the Bible says, so that I could read it. Because, it's since I became a Christian, I've read the Bible definitely read it from cover to cover 3 times, and studied numerous things out of it since. So I have a better understanding about what it means to be a Christian, how to do it.
That's awesome.
And it's been great for my family.
Sure.
That me and my wife have, not only that we're following Christ, but that we have people in our lives who help us. Help us raise the kids, help us be Christians.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
My pleasure.